Hey everyone, welcome back to a new video. So as some of you may know from my previous video, this season so far hasn't been plain sailings for me, and I was in a really low point in March with the racing and everything, and I knew that in order for me to continue I needed to change a couple things, and gravel racing is something I've always thought about doing, and pretty much when I got to my lowest in March I wanted to do something different, and I signed up for my first gravel race, which was the Gralloch in Scotland that I took part in May. I picked the Gralloch because quite a few of my friends from Guernsey were going to do it, and I thought it'd be a good trip with them to just go away and get away from my regular routine here in France, and also get my first taste of gravel racing and riding. I went into it very underprepared, and yeah, realise now how much I should have done more beforehand. I'd obviously was at a good level of fitness from just my racing over here on the road, but I realised that it was completely different. I had done a couple of rides before the race, not even on a gravel bike. I didn't even own one until about a week and a half before. So I was using my winter bike over here on the widest tyres that I could get on it, which were 35mm tyres, and I rode a bit of the canal paths and some of farmers' tracks over here. So luckily enough, like I said, a week and a half before the Gralloch in May, I was able to get my awesome Colnago gravel bike, which was kindly helped by the people at Wheels & Co. bike shop in Guernsey. Really helped me out last minute with that and setting it up. So there I was, pre-Gralloch. I had a gravel bike. I was in fairly good shape, but I had not a clue what to expect going into it being my first taste of gravel. And surprisingly, actually, I ended up finishing 12th in the race and qualifying for the Gravel World Champs in October. So then this puts me in a dilemma now. I really enjoyed that first gravel race, and it would seem silly not to pursue and go for the Gravel World Champs in October. Obviously that does mean my season normally ends September, mid-September, where this year it's going to be a whole month later. So I've really had to rejiggle and rechange my attitude towards riding and racing at the moment, knowing that I can't stay at 100% from now till October. So I've had quite a quiet month for June, and July might be the same, with a lot of training and not much racing. And then pretty much the last couple of months of the season is going to be building up. I am planning from now till the Gravel World Champs, which I think is about 105 days away as the day of recording this, to do some more gravel races, to build my confidence up, get more experience of gravel racing and riding, so I can go to the World Champs in the best possible place. This whole thing has come to my agenda, and I'm going to try and make a little mini series of making videos from now till the World Champs, of how I'm getting on with all of it, and take you guys along the way. I've got a couple of races planned, like I said. Hopefully the British National Gravel Champs in September is one of them. Hopefully a couple of gravel races close to here in France, and then either maybe another World Series in Italy or Belgium, but I'm still waiting to work out what I'm going to do with that. So pretty much, yeah, this is the first episode of this series. I'm about to go for a ride in a minute on my gravel bike, and I will talk you through my Colnago bike that I've got, and the setup I had on it, and what I had for the Gralloch, and what I am going to change and planning on changing from the Gralloch before the World Champs. So that's pretty much the basis of this series and video so far. I'm going to get kitted up and head for a ride, and I'll show you my bike. So I'm just about to head out on the gravel bike for a spin. It's really hot. It has just gone like 10 o'clock, and I think my Garmin's saying it's over 30 degrees already. So yeah, another warm day. I can't really complain, there's not a cloud in the sky. So I've raced the last 2 days, so my legs are pretty screwed. and I'm racing again tomorrow night. So I'm just basically going out on the gravel bike to tick over the legs. I'll probably do about an hour today, get some tracks in, and just get used to riding it again, really, because yeah, I've been waiting for an axle to turn up to go on it. So yeah, I'm gonna try and enjoy, well, I will. I've got to get used to this heat anyway, so I'm going to enjoy this ride, hopefully along some nice paths. This is my bike. It is a Gralloch G3X gravel bike. It's very nice. It's got this green / celeste colour to it. It is quite dirty as I've just come back from my ride. But I thought I was going to show you guys really what it is and what key components I've got on it. It's got a Shimano GRX mechanical group set, which I have to say has been really good. In 12 speed, I haven't really noticed the difference in terms of the shifting from DI to what I normally use, other than just having cables on show here. The wheels I'm currently using, which are my training wheels, are Hunt 4-season gravels wheel set with Vittoria tyres. I currently have a 45mm tyre on the front and a 40 on the back. When I did the Gralloch and for coming races, I will have these set up tubeless. My race wheels that I normally use and use for the Gralloch are surprisingly what I used, or what I use on the road bike, which is Hunt's top of the range sub 50 limitless wheel set with ceramic bearings, and yeah, you can get 45mm tyres on them, which is pretty damn cool. Size actually of the bike, not too sure. It's like a medium, but I know Gralloch do sizing differently. I then have Envy cockpit bar and stem with flared bars, which are really nice. They're about 35mm at the top and 40 at the bottom. Bit narrow for me normally at the top, perfect at the bottom so I can descend on the wide bars, but actually they've been really good. Saddle, I have a Prologo NDR saddle, which is more of their mountain biking off-road saddle. It's got a bit more grip to it. I think that's pretty much it. Things I've changed or will be changing, like I said, from the Gralloch, is obviously these are the training wheels. So when I race, I'll have the full carbon 50 limitless ones on there, which, yeah, when you put them on, just makes this bike so fast. And the things I've noticed is, even on the road in a straight line, how much of a difference having them wheels on it does. I think I'm going to change these tyres again, because everything was so last minute for the Gralloch. I didn't really have much choice, but luckily this is what the bike shop had. And they're quite good, but I struggled with the grip on it a bit, and I might put inserts in them as well. And then the main thing I've changed since the Gralloch is bar tape. Silly as I was, I only put what bar tape I normally have on my road bike, which I think was about 2mm thickness, and my hands were just in bits after the race, and I always struggle with bumps and that anyway on the road bike. So I have now double wrapped the bars on the drops, and obviously they're aero bars, but then I've also wrapped them all the way to the stem, because I did quite like holding the bars in the middle when I was racing, but they were even worse when they had no bar tape on them. So they're fully taped up now, and with a lot of grip and comfort because they're double wrapped. But other than that, yeah, it's a great bike. It's been really nice riding a proper gravel bike, and hopefully it will do me well in coming races and at the World Champs. So that's my ride done. It was very hot in the end, but nice to get back out on a gravel bike and something I need to start training on regularly. And I hope to share my journey of how I'm getting on with these videos. So that's pretty much it for this video. Hope you guys have liked it. Make sure to give the videos a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and I will see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching.